Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and I am here with days 19 through 22 of my December daily, and I have a little helper today. Kaylin is scrapbooking with me today, and she's off of school for her Christmas break, and Layla's daycare was still open, so we decided to go ahead and take her in, and then Kaylin and I had some mommy-daughter time, which we don't get very often, so it was really nice to have that time with her. And when I asked her what she wanted to do, she said she wanted to scrapbook with me, and I was like, okay. I was very excited she said that. So she's with me. She's across the table from me, so you're going to see her little hands and stuff, and she's going to ask me to help her with a couple things here and there. So that's kind of why this video is so long. They haven't been this long before, but if I sped it up anymore, it would have been insanity, so you wouldn't have been able to see it. So I'm going to be working on day 19 here, and day 19 we went to our local zoo, which is right down the street from our house, and they had a big light display. So most of the animals were inside already because it was cold, but there were a few animals out, like the tiger was out, and just a couple of random ones here and there, and so we had fun walking around and, seeing a bunch of light displays and, took pictures of the kids in front of funny things. So I just took my two favorite pictures and printed them out to 4x4. They're a little bit less than 4x4. They're probably 3.5 by 3.5. And then I have a white border. So I'm using those in this page protector here. And along the left side is that long strip where I had used that before and I put sequins in it and sewed it shut. This time I'm actually going to do my journaling in for day 19 along a strip of paper. And so I'm also going to put my number tag there. And the strip of paper was a little bit shorter than I needed it to be, so I just put the tag up on top. And I'll do the same on the back as well. Kind of mirror that. And I'm going to use this... Oh, my glossy accents, guys, it clogs every single time I use it. And I use it a lot in this one. So every single time I opened the cap, it had clogged again. I was like, what is going on? So I have my number tag, and I used a Marion Bright wood veneer, and that is from Ellie's Studio. And see right here, I'm helping Kaylin get one of her princess dolls, paper dolls, put back together because it wasn't staying together very well. So I was helping her out a little bit there. So I am also using the letter wood veneers and spelled out the word bright, and I'm going to put that on top of the picture. And I'm going to do zoo lights here for my title, and I'm going to do my journaling along that green snowflake paper. And, for Kaylin, she had asked if we could scrapbook together, and I was like, yes, that's great. So we were making plans and stuff. And what I had done was I went through all of my supplies, and I grabbed a box, like a cardboard box, and I put a bunch of stuff in there just for her to use, however she wants and however many she wants. So, I have those clothespins there, and I was showing her how to use them because she was like, what are these? How do I use these? But I had an 8x8 album she could use, and I had that... the Old World stack there, that's pattern paper for her to use, and letter stickers and ribbon, and I literally went through all my stuff and said, Kaylin would love this. I don't need it for anything, that I can think of right now. So I just gave her a big box of stuff to use, and she had a blast just going through the box and making things. And she even used some of my flair. She ended up using one that I didn't realize she'd use, and I was like, oh, okay, I probably would have used that on mine, but that's okay. There's always more flair. It's all right. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and do my journaling here, and just talking about, what we did at the zoo and all that good stuff. We didn't get a ton of really good pictures because it was at night, and, we had our iPhones, and it was like... We took pictures, but not all of them turned out great. So I just picked the two that, had the girls in it and looked the best. So it worked out. And so for day 20, I am going to, that's Kaylin's page that she made. We had also gone through a bunch of pictures in iPhoto, and she picked a bunch of pictures she wanted to scrapbook. So I let her choose some and I printed them all out for her. I hope my voice sounds okay. I'm still getting over this cold, guys. It's ridiculous. And at this point right now in our family, like, me and the girls are just passing it back and forth to each other. We are all having a really hard time getting over this sickness. And Josh is fine. Like, really? He lives with us. and he's fine. He's not sick at all. And I'm like, this is not fair at all. So he's either going to be like that all season or it's going to hit him really hard. I don't know which one's going to happen, but I can't believe he lives with us and we are all so sick and he's fine. I don't understand how that works. Anyway, so what was I saying? Okay, so for day 20, I am going to use some more pattern paper on the back here, and I'm going to use my day 20 tag up at the top the way that I did with day 19. And that paper is from Studio Calico, and that came in the December daily kit from last year. It was a little strip that I had still. I had to reattach my number on the tag because it had come off in the package. Let's see, what else am I going to do here? I'm going to kind of try to use a few odds and ends here. Helping Kaylin put together another princess. Some of them were starting to come apart. She had used a tape runner to put them all together, so some of them are starting to kind of fall apart a little bit. Let's see, what am I going to do here? I'm trying to remember. I think I use a piece of ribbon. I'm kind of going through my tray and just kind of seeing what I can use up, because there's a few things that I knew I wanted to use and I hadn't even touched yet. So I'm really trying to make sure I go through my tray every single day that I start working on. So I pull a piece of ribbon. I'm going to use some of those word tiles, and I pull out my washi tape thinking I'm going to use washi tape to keep the pocket shut, because that pocket is, the really long narrow pocket is really awkward and things don't really stay in there unless you reinforce it. So I'm thinking I'm going to use washi tape. I end up going a different direction because I don't end up liking the way it works. But so day 20 is going to be about watching, you know, we've been watching a lot of movies and TV shows and things like that that are holiday related. And Layla is so funny. She goes around quoting everything. And the funniest one has been from Frosty the Snowman when they're trying to buy tickets to the North Pole. And the ticket guy says, "No money, no ticket." And she has been walking around saying that all the time. It's so funny. So that's what I'm documenting here. Sorry, I keep hitting my camera, guys. I think I put it up a little bit farther than I normally do, so my chair kept hitting it. I'm trying to help Kaylin get the back off glitter tape. She never quite gets the handle of it, so every time she wants to use glitter tape, she's handing it to me. So right now, I believe I am looking for, I think I'm printing it. I had bought some custom printable 3x4 cards from Geraldine Tsai, who her blog is called In a Creative Bubble, and she also has a shop where she sells digital files, I guess you could say. And a while ago, she had done one that said, "That's what so-and-so said." So you could add your own name in there. And I had ordered some from her, so I have some that say "That's what Layla said" and "That's what Kaylin said." And they're really cute. You're going to see them here in a minute. I had to print them off. I didn't have any printed, which I thought I did, so I was trying to find them, and then I couldn't find them, and then I had to go to the computer and print off a sheet really quick. But you'll see them in a second, so that's what I had gotten up to do. There they are right there. And they have little quotation marks on them. So cute. So the top says Kaylin. The top 3 say Kaylin. The bottom 3 say Layla. And, you know, I bought those from Geraldine, so I have the file. So now I can print them off anytime I need them, which is really cool. So I just printed off a sheet, and I'm going to use that one that says "That's what Layla said." And I'm going to put the quote in there. And to keep this in, I'm actually going to use my tiny attacher. I tried to use washi, but I didn't really like the way it looked. It took up a little bit too much room. So I just took my tiny attacher and stuck it in and stapled it shut. And you can barely tell that it's there, and it's going to stay still. So I literally stapled the inside to the page protector. So I'm going to use letter stickers to do the quote that Layla's been saying, and I'm going to use, I believe, some Kelly Perky letter stickers. I was trying to find some on that other sheet, but I didn't have enough for the letters I needed. Yeah, so I'm going to use Kelly Perky's. So I'm going to spell out no money, no ticket on to this little card here. It's so funny. I love it when she says that. She just randomly, just no money, no ticket. And that's her right now. She's in my bedroom watching TV. Both my girls are home right now. I'm trying to get this done so I can post it tomorrow on Christmas Eve. So, and on the bottom, I'm just writing from Frosty the Snowman. And then going through my 6x6 paper pad here, I'm going to choose a couple papers to cut into 4x4. I have a bunch of scraps, but none of them are going to work in a 4x4. They're all a little bit too narrow. So I'm going to dig into this paper pad a couple times here, which is good. I need to start using it. So I'm just going to cut a couple of 4x4 squares out of these and use those. What else do I do here? My desk is such a mess. It's like, and you know, even Kaylin being there was not even a big deal. It's just I have my box and my tray and my cutter and my ATG, and it's just, I need more room. I need more room to spread out for projects like this. Okay, so I'm using these wood veneer, and it says watch on it, and I'm going to do my journaling, and that's going to be, I'm going to journal about, you know, we're watching a bunch of stuff, and Layla's been doing all this quoting of everything, so I'm trying to use up my wood veneer letters that I have in there with all the words that I'm able to spell, for sure. And I'm going to do my journaling up here. Literally just everything I talked about. So I am just going to go ahead and get all that stuff written down. And I was asking Kaylin there what her, I kind of wrote down what the TV shows that the girls are enjoying, and I know that Layla has been watching a lot of Peter Pan live, and so I asked Kaylin what her favorite one was recently, and she actually said The Elf on the Shelf, but that hasn't been on this year, so I tried looking for it, but I don't think it's going to be on this year. It was on last year, and she loved it, so I don't know. Okay, so, and I'm showing Kaylin. She wanted to read it. Okay, so I'm going to use that same type of page protector for my next couple of days, but in between, I wanted to put something in between there since they're the same page protector. So I'm going to use these packages from the beer that we've been enjoying lately. So if you saw my post on the Nicole Jones 911 Facebook page about ripping the beer off, the beer package apart, yeah, that's it. So I have that one that my husband has been drinking, and then the Shock Top is the one I drink a lot. So I just cut them off, and I stuck them together back to back, and I'm going to use these gold thickers from Studio Calico from their kit from last year. And I put it there at first, but then I decided, you know, I wanted to have it like upright when you're looking through the album, so that you don't have to turn your head to read it. So I'm just going to stick them up here instead, and then I'm going to go over to my sewing machine, and I'm going to run those through my sewing machine so that they don't come off over time. So I'm just going to stitch them down together there. Excuse me, guys. I felt a cough coming on. I couldn't stop it. And another one. My bad. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get my holes punched in there. And that's just going to go right into the album. So I'm not going to actually put like a day or anything on that piece there. It's just going to be a little added something. So for day 21, I'm going to document the fact that I'm sick. So I have Kaylin sick and Layla sick and me sick. And I'm actually going to use this piece that says, "Who said you better not pout?" And I've had that for a couple years. I ripped it out of a magazine because I thought it was funny. And I've been wanting to use it for such a long time. And I was convinced that I was just going to get a picture of one of the girls like throwing a fit or pouting or something like that. But every time it happens, I never think to grab my camera and take a picture of them. So I'm actually going to use it now because I am pouting that I'm sick. So I'm going to use it for me instead of the girls. It's going to happen. That's Kaylin waving. She said she wanted to wave to the camera. So she does that a couple times. She'll stick her hand out there and wave. But she's saying hi. So I'm going to use just a couple scrap pieces. I'm cutting them into 4x4s to fit into the pockets. And I'm going to use the top piece for my number. And then the bottom piece, I'm going to use a piece of paper and then use that card that says Merry Christmas on it. And then I'm going to use that little wood veneer that says joy. A very sarcastic joy. Sorry guys, I'm trying to drink tea because I can feel my throat just tickling. It's crazy. Okay, so I'm going to use that, and I think I'm going to put a piece of washi tape along the bottom too. Yeah, I'm going to use this little green arrow washi tape along the bottom just to help ground it a little bit. And I'm going to do my journaling on that card there as well. And I'm going to use these letter stickers, and my journaling starts off, I'm at a point where I just have to laugh, and I'm going to use the laugh from those letters there. And I literally am. I mean, me and the girls have literally just been passing back and forth the same cold, I think, for the past 2 weeks. So we're kind of like just, you know, we're literally just sharing it, and we need to get away from each other, and we can't because we're all sick, so we can't go anywhere. So it's like, oh, it's crazy. So I'm using this this little wood veneer piece that says joy on the bottom there. And then I forgot that on the top I had a picture that I had printed that I want to use for this, and it was a picture of me watching Sherlock on my iPad, because I spent that day pretty much, like, I watched I think 3 episodes of Sherlock, and if you've watched that, you know they're like an hour and a half long each. So I spent a lot of time watching Sherlock, and I was just drinking hot tea all day trying to, you know, make my throat feel better. And I actually, you can't really see it from here very well, but in the picture, my cup of tea is like halfway in the picture, and he's drinking tea at the same time. So it almost looks like we're drinking tea together. So I thought that was kind of funny. So I wanted to put it in here. When you're looking at it in person, you can tell that I'm drinking a cup of tea as well. And I'm using this little tab that I punched out, and I'm writing hot tea in Sherlock. Stick that up there. So that is going to be my day 21. And she's waving again. I'm trying to help her with some glitter tape, showing you her stickers. She's so funny. Okay, so day 22, I'm just going to be documenting about the fact that we're just staying home for Christmas. We had plans to travel at first. We were going to try to go see Josh's mom, but then with his schedule, we just weren't guaranteed to have the time off, so we didn't want to book a trip and then have to cancel. So we are just going to be staying home for the holidays, and as it turns out, we're all sick anyway, so I'm kind of glad we're here instead of, you know, invading her house being all sick. So on the top, I'm going to have, I think I do on the top the house cut apart, and that actually came from the open book Maggie Holmes piece of paper that was in our October hip kit, and I just had it left over, and I'd saved it because I knew I was going to do something probably about being home for Christmas, so I saved it to use in here. And so I'm using that little scrap piece of paper on the side there, and I'm going to go ahead and stick this part to the back of it so that I can just go ahead and stick it in. And I thought I did it like a little bit too low at first. Then I tried to take it off, and then it ripped, and I'm like, nope, screw it. So I'm just going to trim off the end a little. I wasn't going to risk that anymore. So helping Kaylin with some ribbon there. So I'm going to go ahead and get these stuck down. I'm going to do my journaling on this one, and I'm going to use a little chipboard piece there that says Home for the Holidays. So I'm going to put that on top and then just journal about how, you know, we originally were going to be traveling and now we're staying home and just kind of relaxing and being sick and all that good stuff. And then when I put it back into the page protector, I'm going to actually use my tiny attacher and staple it in the way that I did before as well. I thought about stitching it, but you know, my tiny attacher's right there. It's a lot easier, so I just did it. And this picture right here, I'm going to include this on day 22. It's one of my favorite ornaments that we have on our tree, and it's a Georgia Bulldog, and it's something that I actually got at an estate sale in Florida when we were home one year. And this was, I think this was before Kaylin was even born. And we just randomly went to an estate sale that was local, and I was looking around, and she had a bunch of Christmas ornaments, and there was a Georgia Bulldog. I was like, is this seriously a Georgia Bulldog? I was inspecting it. It's like, yeah, it is. I think I got it for like $20 or something, but it was, well, yeah, it was $20. Well, the price tag was still in the box, so I kept that. It says $20, but I think it was like marked. It was like a red thing was like maybe half off or something, so maybe I got it for $10. I can't remember. It's been a while, but I snapped a picture of it. I think I put it on Instagram or something this year, so I went ahead and just stuck that there. And then I'm going to use this house and a little printable that has a geotag on it, and it says home. And then I'm going to use this little @ symbol, which is from my wood veneers, and I put the glossy accents on the wrong side, and I'm like, Sarah, stupid, what are you doing? So I got up to wipe it off. I was like, seriously, did you really just do that? So now the glossy accents is on the correct side. Kaylin was showing me something she wrote on that little card. And that is going to complete that part. So that's all my days here. And I'm going to go through and do a couple little things really quick. And then I'm going to actually, my camera runs out of memory before I get finished. But I'm going to check off a couple more movies here. We watched The Polar Express and Christmas Carol and Home Alone. And then on the back of the little wish list page that I did, you'll see the envelope. On the back, I got a printable that says making a list and checking it twice. And I'm going to use that on there and use some thickers above it as well. You'll see what I'm doing before it runs out of memory. I'm not going to fill it in until after Christmas so the girls don't see it. Anyway, so that's going to be it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back again after Christmas with some more layouts for you, but I hope you guys have a really great holiday. Thanks.